Math 6, Quarter 4, Week 4, Mellc-Based. Let's learn about the pie graph. This is from Learner's Packet Lip. Hello kids, it's me, Teacher Frel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And hit the notification bell for the latest video. You can also follow my Facebook page, Teacher Frel TV. For today's lesson in Math 6, we will discuss about the pie graph. For most essential learning competencies, construct a pie graph based on a given set of data. Good day! In this lesson, we will learn about pie graph and how to construct it. Before we turn on our attention to pie graph, we need to establish some fundamentals regarding measurement of angles. If you take a circle and divide it into 360 degrees, equal increments, then each increment is called 1 degree. There are 360 degrees in a circle. We can find the degree measure of the angle by using a device called a protractor. Align the notch in the center of the base of the protractor with the vertex of the angle. Then align the base of the protractor with the initial side of the angle. The terminal side of the angle will intersect the protractor edge where we can read the degree measure of the angle. Note, the terminal side of the angle passes through the tick mark at the number 30 mark, indicating that the degree measure of this angle is 30 degrees. Now that we can measure angles, we can turn our attention to constructing pie graph. Graphs help us to compare amounts or see trends. One of these graphs is the pie graph. A pie graph is a pictorial representation of data relative to a whole. It is a circular graph which each portion in the circle represents an element of the collected data. The pie represents the composition of various elements in a whole. The total value of the pie chart is always 100% of the given data. Pie graphs are used to show the percentage of a quantity in each of the several categories. It can also be used to easily visualize the ratio of one category to another. To draw a pie graph, first, find the angle measure for each section. Second, draw a circle using a compass. Third, use the protractor to draw each angle, then label each section. And fourth, write a title for the graph. The formula to determine the angle of a sector in a circle graph is angle sector equals frequency data divided by total frequency times 360 degrees. Example, in a school, there are 750 students in Year 1, 420 students in Year 2, and 630 students in Year 3. Draw a pie graph to represent the number of students in these groups. Solutions. Total number of students: 750 students in Year 1 plus 420 students in Year 2 plus 630 students in Year 3 equals 1,800 students. Year 1, size of angle equals 750 students divided by the total number of students, 1,800, times 360 degrees equals 150 degrees. Year 2, size of angle equals 420 students divided by 1,800 total number of students, times 360 degrees equals 84 degrees. Year 3, size of angle equals 630 students divided by 1,800 total number of students times 360 degrees equals 126 degrees. Now illustrate this into pie graph. Draw the circle following the measure in each sector. Label each sector in the pie chart. This is the center of the pie chart. Then label each sector. This measure is for year 1, which is 150 degrees. Next measure is for year 2, 84 degrees. And the last measure is year 3, 126 degrees. Don't forget to write the title, Groups of Students in a School. If the value of the component is expressed in percentage, then the center angle corresponding to component is given by angle sector equals percentage value of component divided by 100 times 360 degrees. To draw a graph, first, determine what percent of the data is from each category. Second, determine what percent of 360 degrees represents each category. And third, divide up the circle. For example, Mrs. Reyes surveyed 40 students about their favorite books. The result of the survey are as follows. Draw a pie graph to display a data. For us to easily graph the data, let us write the result in percent. Reading and interpreting pie graphs. And here is how to interpret the pie graph. For the first question, what fraction of students like comic books? The part which is orange color represents comic books. So the answer is, the sector in the pie chart shows 1/4. 1/4 of the graph. Second question, what fraction of students like storybooks? So the blue color, which is a part of a pie graph, represents storybooks. So the answer is, the sector in the pie graph shows 1/2. Third question, which book have equal fraction of preference? So the answer is, poem books and puzzle books have equal fraction. So the fraction of this is 1/8 for the poem books and 1/8 for the puzzle books. And for number 4, what fraction of students does not like storybooks? So the answer is, the sector in the pie graph shows 1/2 of the students does not like storybooks. Another way to show the graph is by writing a table. In the first column, we have books. And in the second column are the number of votes. For storybooks, the number of votes is 20. Comic books, 10 votes. Poem books, 5 votes. And puzzle books, 5 votes. For the total of 40 votes. To get the percent, 20 is a half of total votes. So that is 50%. Then 10 votes is just 1/4 of the total votes. And that is 25%. Then 5% of 40 is 12.5%. Another 5% of 40 is 12.5%. The total of percent is 100%. 50% plus 25% plus 12.5% plus another 12.5% equals 100%. Now, we will get the angles using the first formula of angle sector. So that is 20 divided by the total number of votes times 360 degrees equals 180 degrees. Next, for comic books, 10 votes divided by the total number of votes 40 times 360 degrees equals 90 degrees. For poem books, 5 votes divided by 40, which is the total number of books, times 360 degrees equals 45 degrees. And for the puzzle book is 5 votes divided by the total number of votes, 40, times 360 degrees equals 45 degrees. Then add 180 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 45 degrees plus 45 degrees equals 360 degrees. And then, for the angles using the second formula of angle sector is storybooks 50 votes divided by 100% times 360 degrees equals 180 degrees. Comic books 25 votes divided by 100 times 360 degrees equals 90 degrees. Phone books 5 votes divided by 100 times 360 degrees equals 45 degrees. Then puzzle books, 5 votes divided by 100 times 360 degrees equals 45 degrees. So 180 plus 90 plus 45 plus 45 equals 360 degrees. So as you can see, this gives you the same answer. And now let us proceed to learning task 1. Make a pie graph showing the expenses of the family with monthly income in 30,000 pesos. Use the following information: 25% for education, 20% for health, 25% for food, 5% for savings, 12.5% for rent, and 12.5% for other expenses. For education, multiply the monthly income, 30,000 times 25% for education equals 7,500 pesos. Health, 30,000 times 20% for health equals 6,000 pesos. Next, food, 30,000 times 25% for food equals 7,500. Savings, 30,000 times 5% for savings equals 1,500. Rent, 30,000 times 12.5% for rent equals 3,750. And for other expenses, 30,000 times 12.5% for other expenses equals 3,750. Total the following expenses: 7,500 plus 6,000 plus 7,500 plus 1,500 plus 3,750 plus 3,750 equals 30,000 pesos. Now, interpret the following expenses into pie graph. And here is the interpretation into pie graph. The title is Family Expenses Breakdown, Monthly Income 30,000 pesos. The biggest expenses is education, which is 25% or 7,500 pesos. Another expenses is health with 20%, which is 6,000 pesos. Another biggest expenses, it is equal to education, is the food, which is 25% or 7,500. Next is savings, 5%, which is 1,500. Then rent, 12.5%, which is 3,750. And other expenses, which is 12.5% or 3,750 for the total of 30,000 pesos. And here is the pie graph rubrics. Labels and title, accuracy, visual appearance. If it is accomplished, 3 points. For developing, 2 points. And for beginning, 1 point. For learning task 2, complete the table, then draw a pie graph for each set of data. The table below shows the students' favorite fruits they can buy inside the canteen. Let's study the table. In the first column are the name of the favorite fruits of the students, which is Indian mango, santol, banana, siningguelas. In the second column are the number of pupils who like fruits. There are 30 pupils who like Indian mango. There are 15 pupils who like santol. There are 25 pupils who like banana. And there are 5 pupils who like siniguelas. 30 plus 15 plus 25 plus 5 equals 75. This is the total number of pupils who like fruits. To get the percent, divide the number of each fruits by the total number of pupils. Indian mango is 30 divided by 75 multiplied by 100 equals 40%. Santol, 15 divided by 75 times 100% equals 20%. Banana, 25 divided by 75 times 100% equals 33.3%. Siniguelas, 5 divided by 75 times 100% equals 6.7% for the total of 100%. And here is the interpretation into pie graph. The title of this pie graph is Students' Favorite Fruits in the Canteen. For Indian mango is 40%. For santol is 20%. For banana is 33.3%. And for siniguelas is 6.7%. For learning task 3, make a pie graph showing how Jenny used her 800 pesos allowance in a week based on the given information. Find out what percent was spent for each item. Change the percent to fraction in simplest form. Then plot the data on the circle. Jenny's transportation is 200 pesos. Her food is 400 pesos. Her school materials is 120 pesos. Her savings is 80 pesos. For the total of 800 pesos. To get the percent, divide 200 pesos transportation divide by 800 pesos allowance times 100 equals 25%. Next, for food, 400 divided by 800 times 100% equals 50%. Next, 120 divided by 800 times 100% equals 15%. Then, for savings, 80 divided by 800 times 100% equals 10%. So, for transportation, that is 25%, food is 50%, school materials is 15%, and savings is 10%. Then, change this into fraction. 25% of 800 is 1/4. 50% of 800 is 1/2. 15% of 800 is 3/4. And 10% of 800 is 1/10. Then plot the data on the circle. The title is Jenny's Weekly Allowance Usage, 800 pesos. So the food usage is 50%. The transportation is 25%, 10% for savings, and 15% for her school materials. Number 2. The table shows the data on grade 6 pupils' favorite pets. Make a graph using the following data. The favorite pets are fish, birds, dog, cat. There are 25 grade 6 pupils who like fish, 15 grade 6 pupils who like birds, 30 pupils who like dogs, and 30 pupils who like cats, for the total of 100. To get the angles for fish, divide 25 divided by 100 total number of grade 6 pupils times 360 degrees equals 90 degrees. For birds, 15 divided by 100 times 360 degrees equals 54 degrees. Dog, 30 divided by 100 times 360 degrees equals 108 degrees. Cat, 30 divided by 100 times 360 degrees equals 108 degrees, for the total of 360 degrees. And here is the pie graph. The title is Grade 6 Pupils' Favorite Pets. There were 25 who like fish, 15 who like birds, 30 who like dogs, and 30 who like cats. For learning task 4, Allen makes a list of all cars he saw in the park. The colors of the car are red, silver, black, 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 red, black, red, black, black. Create a frequency table of the data and display the data using pie graph. Use a graphic representation. Car colors. For the frequency, there are 3 red cars. There is 1 silver car. And there are 6 black cars, for the total of 10. For red, size of angle equals 3 divided by 10 times 360 degrees equals 108 degrees. Silver, size of angle 1 divided by 10 times 360 degrees equals 36 degrees. Next, black. Size of angle equals 6 divided by 10 times 360 degrees equals 216 degrees. And for the pie graph, the title is Frequency of Car Colors in the Park. This is the pie graph. For the black color, there are 6. Silver color, there is only 1. And for red, there are 3. So kids, do you understand our lesson for today? Wow! Good job! Kids, I hope you learn a lot from this lesson. Until our next topic, bye-bye kids! Thanks for watching!